So what do you do if your life isn't in order? Bloody well pay attention. And that isn't the same as thinking. It's a different process. Paying attention, thinking is like the imposition of structure in some sense. I know I'm oversimplifying, but paying attention is something like watching for what you don't know. Whatever you're focusing on is directed by what you value. And some of that can be unconscious. In fact, a lot of it is unconscious. Because you know, it's very difficult for you to get control of what you pay attention to. You know what that's like. You're trying to study, it's kind of a boring paper. Christ, your attention is just like everywhere, you know. Maybe you'll vacuum under the bed instead of doing the reading the paper, you know. You can't get a grip on that thing, so your attention has an autonomy. And that's another psychoanalytic idea, you know, because you kind of think, well, you're in control. It's like, really? You ever try telling yourself what to do? How does that work for you? I'm going to go to the gym 3 times a week. Right, sure you are. Yeah, I'm going to quit eating sugar for a month. It's like, how long does that last? It's like 15 minutes, and you're eating like 3 chocolate bars. You, the ego, will say, is by no means necessarily in charge. And that's a very strange thing to realize. That there are forces that are operating on you at an unconscious level that determine, for example, the direction of your attention. So for example, you know how sometimes you'll read something and it'll really grip you, and then you'll read something else and you can't even concentrate on it. And you might say, well, I need to concentrate on this boring thing, you know, because an exam depends on it or a promotion, and there's just no damn way. You're reading it and your attention flits all over the place, and you know, you're undisciplined and all that, but then you have this other thing and it just grips you like this, and you think, okay, well, what's doing that? It's not your will, because your will would be the thing that would allow you to concentrate on whatever you chose to concentrate on. It's something underneath your will that's actually directing your attention. And you could say, well, it's random, but of course it's not. It's maybe random if you have a serious case of schizophrenia. And I think in some sense that's actually the definition of schizophrenia. But it's not random if you're a functioning human being. The thing that grips your attention and directs it to one place or another is something that's, well, it's a deep instinct. It's a manifestation of what Jung called the self, which is a very interesting idea. So Jung thought, it's such a cool idea, he thought that the mechanism that directed your attention in the present was your future self attempting to manifest itself in the present world. So you might say, well, you have a potential, and that potential is what you could be in time. And in order for that potential to manifest itself, it has to be palpable in the present. And the way that instinct for further development manifests itself in the present is by directing your attention towards things that are likely to increase your competence and further your growth right now. And that's just an unbelievable idea. You know, it's like your potential better self beckoning to you in the present. Amazing. And I really can't think of a better explanation for it than that. That's a really good explanation, but a very frightening one, because it means in some sense that something as fundamental as your attention is more or less controlled by processes that are so deep that you don't have a tremendous amount of voluntary control over them. Like, you can interact with the forces to some degree, but you know, you're not one of those creatures that can just tell yourself what to do. Life would be really easy if that's what it was like, right? Well, it's time to go to the gym 3 days a week, 2 hours a day. It's like, you know, you're Superman in 2 years, and you're going to eat properly, and you know, you're not going to drink too much, and you're not going to take cocaine, and all of these things. You just tell yourself that, and bang, you quit. And it's kind of weird that it isn't that way, but it's really seriously not that way.
Hey, it's Phil, and if you like my channel, don't forget to subscribe and check out some more videos about how to overcome procrastination and laziness and do more in less time.